have some rules and some regulations to say this is what we expect of you, and that's what I did in coaching. I expect to win. I mean, Coach Core was one of the greatest football coaches in high school, and so in Little League, I felt I was a great coach, and I was good because I didn't believe in losing, but at the same time, I believed in pushing those kids to be the best that they could be.
And so, in a real sense, they live by example. I mean, if they can see a good example, then they are more than likely to follow it. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, most definitely. You have to have a role model that people look up to. And on the way over here, I was just thinking about sometimes we look at the wrong role models, and I look at a guy like Puff Daddy, whatever his name. You see, when he goes out into the business world, he has a shirt and tie and a suit on, even though, you know, he may put out various other type music. But you see, in order to him to be successful, he have to be a certain way. We can't live in a bubble or a vacuum. You know, we have to reach out to various aspects of our community. You just can't live here and expect you carry yourself a certain way. You know, there's sometimes that, you know, you can relax and let your guard down and hang out with your buddies, but when it's time to go out there and in the professional world, you have to be able to communicate and present yourself in a professional manner.
The crunch time, is that what we're talking about for the most part? There's certain things that you have to know, and certain activities and certain actions that you have to be able to take. Is that and
you have to also be willing to go the extra mile, because kids are looking for someone to lead them. They're looking for someone to show them the right way.
Or they need someone.
Or they most definitely need someone. You know, when people when I was coaching Little League baseball at White City Park, and my team, I could walk off and go talk to other coaches and tell my team to sit on the hill. I knew my boys was going to sit on the hill, because if they came off the hill or they did something wrong, they knew they were going to be running about 10 laps at the next practice, because we believed in trying to teach them the right way. And that's what we have to do, go step back now and teach our kids nowadays to do things the right way so they can be all that they can be. And if we don't do it, then we're going to continue to lose our kids.
And of course, we're getting ready for this second commercial break, Brother Cool. And when we come back, we'll have an opportunity to get into a program, Reverend Hayes, I think that you have dealing with young people. And we'll be back with our audience following this short commercial break. What young gentlemen, and this is a 10-minute segment, so you take about 3 or 4 minutes to talk about that program itself, about how, you know, its conception and et cetera. And then you sort of buy into that, because you also operated with this program and et cetera, sort of feed into what he has to say, and we'll sort of do that for the next 10 minutes. But this is your show, dealing with your particular program and how you want people to respond to that. If you want somebody, you know, the people in the congregations or the greater community, et cetera, to become involved in it, you know, lay out some information as to how they might be, you know, get in touch with you and that kind of thing. And so I think that we'll do that. And so this is the young gentleman part of the program. As a matter of fact, I can remember we did a whole show on young gentlemen at one time, and that was a lot of excellent. That's the same program. I thought that was the same program. Yeah, just revitalized and certainly it's the same program, because it's the same problem.
Right.
Yes, the same problem. You know. Yeah, so this is a young gentleman. Yeah, you can just, you know, how you started the program, and, you know, give us a full story in reference to it, and you help him along with it, and then so we've got 10 minutes here, back and forth here. But I think this is basically what we wanted to try to achieve with this.
30 seconds out. Stand by.
Thank you and welcome back to the final segment of the show for today. The topic today is encouraging African American youth, and we're talking to Pastor Daniel Hayes and Brother Richard Core from John Wesley United Methodist Church. And of course, I think that Reverend Hayes has a program that he has developed in reference to efforts to encourage young African Americans. So let's start off with you, Brother Hayes, by having you to give us some information in reference to the conception of your program and anything that you'd like to deliver in reference to that, and Brother Cool will help develop that. One
of the things, several years ago, I looked into a program of turning boys into gentlemen. We seem to be losing that gentleman way. Yes, and making sure that our kids know the yes ma'ams and the no sirs and thank you, and know how to dress, how to pull their clothes up, how to eat with the correct silverware and things like that. So I looked at a program that I wanted to make sure that would I felt that would touch our kids' life, and it is called Young Gentlemen. And this program is to turn boys into young, not just men, but gentlemen. So they would know how to carry themselves, know how to act, and know how to respond to all things in life. And I feel that it would take them a long way. I talked with Coach Core, who is the president of the United Methodist Men at John Wesley United Methodist Church. And what better organization that can come together and embrace boys and help them to become the men that they can become. So the United Methodist Men is just excited about helping the boys in our community, and we want everyone to know it's not just about John Wesley. Anyone can bring their boys from the ages 6 to 15 to join the Young Gentleman Ministry at John Wesley. They don't have to be a member. We just want them to be part of the ministry so they can grow, and parents can see a difference in their children. They can see a difference in their young boys, and they can see how they will change in life. They won't have to worry about them wearing their pants down. They don't have to worry about them